as well, we started picking up on our side hustles. One of them being DoorDash and delivering food for restaurants and the people during this time. I had an interesting experience just now. You're gonna want to hear this. Um, I'll tell you at the end. So stay tuned to the end to hear this awesome story about what happened today. Um, it includes a fire. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. This is another video clip of our financial journey, and thank you for joining us and seeing our progress along the way. So if you checked into my recent video about our financial journey, you'll see that we were $66,000 in debt. Update on that, exciting news, we are now $91,500 in debt. That's not a typo. We have 22 credit cards. And with those cards, we have a line of credit of $82,000. A line of credit, that much money, just access to it, just stream flow. And there was a point in time where I think at least half, we were maxed out on half of those cards. So that's crazy. I just remember we made a payment of $22,000 last year to pay off all our debt, which was crazy. Just like that, just one day, just like $22,000, poof, paid off half the credit cards, and we're still paying that off today, which is insane. So we are burning. I'm like thinking like when I was like young, I was like, man, I wish I knew so much about budgeting, because there was so many times in our life where we could have saved our money and been financially well, and we'd probably be close to freaking having $100,000 in our account right now if we were smart with our money. Because I see where our money's going, I'm just like, we're just in this cycle that they call the rat race. You know, you make money, you spend money, you burn money, you break money, you breaking back, spending money every day. It's just freaking ridiculous. I wish I'd learned about this money stuff earlier. So I'm glad to do it now. It's not, it is for us now, it's for the future, and that's the big thing. It's like, the future's always uncertain, but it's like, we were trying to build generational wealth. You know, educating the next generation is going to be the most important thing we can do, and to break this habit or break this curse of being financially illiterate, you know? Learning how to understand money and to see how it works for you and get to work for you is going to be important. You know, it is important. And that's why I think, you know, the people, rich people, they just want to keep rich people rich and then broke people broke, you know? So, I want to break that for our family coming up, because I want to be able to give them everything that I never had. And more, you know. So I think the whole message behind this is take this time to learn about some freaking money. Yeah, all these tools are out there for us to learn. Like, what are we spending our time doing? You know, if you don't come out of this crisis learning something, being better at something, you know, working on a side hustle, you know, pursuing your dreams, if you don't have anything checked off, you know, then you know that time is not what you lack. You lack discipline. You know, discipline is a hard thing to come by, that you want to channel your focus on something, that you choose to channel to focus on, you choose to channel your energy on bettering yourself, you know. And I think that what is things that you focus on are the things that you're going to achieve. So I think what I did, actually, I wrote down like things that I'm focusing on, and instantly 6 things came to my head, and I wrote them all down at the exact same time. That's a lie, because you can't do that. So I wrote down something first, and then I wrote down something second. And that's how our brain has to work. We focus on multiple things at one time, but then that's fine, you know. But then the only way you're gonna get those things done is if you prioritize them, and not saying which one is more important than the other, but by doing a to-do list, a checklist. All right. Either way, everything's gonna get done. Either way, I'm gonna do everything that I plan to get done, but in what order? What order am I gonna get these things finished in? Over 10 years ago, Jen went to nursing school, and she still has debt from that, and I was not accounting for that in our debt. So now our total is not 66,000. Our total is 91,500. So we're actually more in debt from our last video. So let's talk about what we did this week on the financial journey. Yeah, so this week I was listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast, and we came across they're doing a 14-day free trial for the Financial Peace University. So of course I enrolled in that for the free 14-day period, and it seems like something that I may want to subscribe to. It came out, I think it's like $130 to subscribe for the year. We did the math, and that's kind of like our Spotify or Netflix subscription. So I talked to the wife, and she agreed that we could cancel one of the subscriptions. That being Spotify, being that, and that's more of an app that I tend to use anyways. So little quid pro quo, give a little, take a little, and hopefully this will pay off in the end. So we started taking the class. We started watching the videos together, the lessons that he has. The first step, the first baby step is, do you know the first baby step, Jenna?
Get out of debt.
That is not the first baby step.
It is.
No, that's number 2.
I thought that's the first thing. You pay off your debts.
We skipped number 1 because I did number 1 already before
Great.
doing it.
That's
So,
not my fault.
it's not her fault. But the first step is to secure an $1,000 emergency fund. So we did that. Actually did that talking to a friend a couple months ago, and so we recommended. So we did that, and he recommended Dave Ramsey. So that's how we came in tune with Dave Ramsey. And then the fund was secured, and then the next step is to get out of debt using the snowball effect. So the snowball effect is essentially when you build a snowball, you start small, and then it continues to roll and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's essentially what you do. You start with the smallest debt, and then you go into attacking your bigger debts. Now, a lot of people may argue that this is not the best way to attack debt, that being that you want to go against the highest interest rate or whatever and get rid of those debts. And that makes sense in a mathematical standpoint, but then again, about the amount of time it takes you to pay off that debt is going to be longer, and plus it's going to be a lot more enduring for your mental mind state. Being said, like it's easier to accomplish smaller things, and that releases that endorphins in your brain and stimulates your body to continue to keep doing it. I think that's why I like this method, being that you'll save a lot more money and you'll see progress. That's a lot of thing I think with most people is they have to see progress in order to continue to keep doing something. Imagine you're going to the gym, you work out, and you're only losing a pound or some, and then you keep going to the gym, and then you see that you're gaining weight. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop going to the gym. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with debt. You continue to work at it, and you don't see anything going on. You don't see any effects. You don't see anything going away. You're gonna quit. You're gonna give up because you don't see any progress. So I think in anyone's mind state, seeing the progress is a huge thing. So that's why I like this flow chart that we saw on this recent YouTube videos. And we actually redrew our flow chart to be all consolidated to one. So my plan is to have a budget of the amount I want to hit towards all of our debt. So instead of hitting off each little debt, we have each block being around $2,500 extra each month to be dedicated to paying off all of our debts. That being said, we have a minimum income of bills at around $3,100, and then our outgoing for extra minimum payments on all of our debt being $2,500. That means we need to have an income of around $5,900 a month in order to pay all of our bills, as well as attack the student debt and be paid off by 2022, my birthday. That's what I want for my 29th birthday, is to pay all of our debts off. Our debt has actually changed. So there was a bill, or there was a loan that was taken out that I forgot to count. Over 10 years ago, Jenna went to nursing school and she still has debt from that, and I was not accounting for that in our debt. So now our total is not $66,000. Our total is $91,500. So we're actually more in debt from our last video, and that's not what we expected when you get an update for our financial situation, but it is what it is. So we're going to look at it. We actually looked into it. We calculated how we can add that in and still meet our deadline for paying off. So now we need to make $6,100 a month payment. We need to make a payment of $6,100 a month towards all our debt in order to be paid off by September 2022, and that's the goal. So we're gonna be out here grinding. We're gonna be picking up side hustles. We're gonna be pushing. We're gonna be selling everything. We're selling the dogs and selling food. What? I had an idea while I was driving. I was like, dude, I should build out like brochures. Like, oh, when this is done, have a party and have it hosted by Chef Josh. You know what I mean? Like a catering like side hustle, like promoting it, like putting it in people's food when I drop off their food for DoorDash. That'd be kind of cool. So they can keep that in mind. Because I delivered some big houses today. Huge houses here in Summit. So we created a budget using the apps. I downloaded the Empower app as well. That pulls like $40 or whatever limit you want to put into savings, and then it's like a 0.25% in compound interest. Which if we do $40 by the end of the year, that'll turn into $10. So if you keep doing $40 every week, you know, the compound interest will add up, which is pretty cool. I like to see that, and I think that'll be cool to invest in as soon as we get out of debt. So my focus is not investing on anything right now. It's more focusing on getting out of debt. That's what I want to see all of our energy go towards. It's hard because we can't really work right now. We don't want to work, like we don't want to be outside too much. So I think most of our stuff is organizing our stuff. Because again, we're probably gonna plan to leave at the end of the year if we don't get our jobs back in New York City at the restaurant. Like we're probably gonna leave because we came here for the restaurant, and if they don't hire us back, then we're gone, right? We're gonna go to California, give California a shot. Right now, I think our best bet is to not pay our bills right now. Yeah, it sounds crazy to do, but like the government's taking the interest rates off all of our credit cards, all of our student loans, but at the same time, we can't really make those payments because we're not guaranteed a job right now when we go back, when this is all cleared up. So how long this is going to be, we don't know. And we want to have liquid funds right now in our hands to be able to spend on emergencies. I'd rather have that than to have our bills paid off, to be honest. Like, it's tempting for me to just go and wipe out our checkings account and put it towards paying bills, but then I don't know where the next paycheck's coming from yet, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too stressed about it, you know? I am freaking stressed out, man. We download a bunch of different apps. We have the Mercari app where we'll be selling things. We have Poshmark where we'll be selling items as well. I got an eBay account, Craigslist, OfferUp, and Facebook Market where we'll be selling a lot of our stuff. I went through all my clothes to kind of see what I could sell. I got like 3 things I could sell, but my whole goal right now is to get Jenna to want to sell her stuff, and that's tough because she likes to hold on to things, sentimental value or something like that. If you have any ideas for what else I could do to make money from home, let me know. I'll be selling sauces eventually. If you got anything that you think I could offer for you as a service from home, let me know. Whether it's like I could take a portrait of myself and send it to you, or draw a picture and send it to you, or make smoothies and mail them to you. Whatever you guys think I could do, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button. And yeah, this is just kind of like just talking about us going through this journey. But yeah, so I was doing one of the final orders for DoorDash and pull up to a Five Guys, and I just see smoke in the back, and I'm just like, hey, I'm here to pick up for Kelsey. And they're just looking at me, and everyone's frozen. I'm like, what's going on? I see the smoke in the back, and I'm like, huh. Is there a manager on duty? They're like, he's the manager. And I see this kid just standing there, like just frozen, just staring at this fire behind the flat top. And I'm just like, man. So I'm like, hey, shut off all the heat. Turn off all the heat, turn off all the electricity, shut down the gas. And the kid just looked at me like blank. He had this fire hydrant in his hand. And I'm like, this is a grease fire, you know, we need to use the silver one, you know, to put out the grease fire. So I go back there, I just jump back in the back of the line at Five Guys with the other line cooks, and I just pull out their French top. I'm wearing my mask, I'm wearing all my just regular street clothes, and I pull out their flat top, and I'm like, give me the freaking fire hydrant, and I spray a freaking fire down. And then I tell the other lady, call somebody. You're gonna need to call somebody. See what we can do. And we got the fire department there. Right after I put out the fire, I pulled the grease trap out. It was just full, and that was on fire. So yeah, I pulled the grease trap out, threw that out, and I was like, and it just kept lighting back on fire because it was just so hot. And I was like, you guys gotta throw all this food away. Throw all this food away on your French top because you guys are just, I don't even know what was happening at that point. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So that was the end of my day. That was the end of my journey. I was like, yeah, I'm going home.